This is the type of coffee that I've been using, and I'm not really normally like a fan of cheaper coffee, but this is absolutely delicious. I got it on vacation and I've been obsessed. I keep buying it. So caramel drizzle. And then I put this in it with a splash of almond milk, and it is like the perfect coffee. So it is 10 a.m. I have my client Brittany at 11, so I just ran home really quickly. I'm going to eat some food and just fuel up because right after I train her at 12, I'm going to lift from 12 until 2, and then I have more clients until like 6. So just trying to do a couple of things really quickly. But today is day 1 of my training program. So right now I'm on a 4-day split, and I lift on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays just because that's kind of like what our schedule is allowing right now with how many clients and stuff we have. And then Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, depending on how much time I have or how sore, I will do like just some like walking. I've been, trying to get in some walks with my mom and stuff. But other than that, yeah, I'm loving this new split. And today I'm going to take you on day 1 of my program. So I hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, so I wanted to come at you with a commentary. I feel this will be much more beneficial than just showing you what I'm doing if I can tell you exactly why I'm doing this as well. So to start, I am doing a touch and go box squat, or a squat to box. It's not the same thing as a regular box squat. In this, I'm only using the box, or the bench in this case, to gauge my depth. So once I feel the bench, I come right back up. And this is a great exercise for beginners to reach parallel, but it is also good for someone like myself who does have a knee injury, and I do feel clicking when I go below parallel. So once I feel that bench, I come right back up and I don't feel that clicking. I am also focusing on pushing my butt back towards the bench, and when I come up, really squeezing my glutes at the top. And this is a quad dominant leg exercise, but I do feel it more in my hamstrings and glutes when I sit back further. Moving on, I am doing hip thrusts, and they are an amazing hip dominant exercise which target the glutes. You want to make sure the weight is heavy enough to work your glutes, but not so heavy that your lower back or your hamstring are taking over, or that your lower back is doing any sort of rounding. So for this exercise, I used a buffalo bar, which is a curved bar. We actually just got this a little while ago, and I really like it because it allows me to set up much easier than a standard bar because it sits a little bit higher. I can get myself under it and push it right up much easier. I also use a pad on my hips to protect myself from the weight, and I am maintaining a neutral spine and neck, making sure my focus is on squeezing my glutes. I did superset this with another hip dominant exercise, and this is a Romanian deadlift. And with this, you want to make sure you are hinging at the hip, so essentially like taking a bow and not letting the bar go too far out in front of you. One thing Justin always says, which is great to think of, is that you have a logo on your shirt and that the logo is staying upwards towards the wall in front of you and not going towards the ground. So you're taking a bow and your logo is staying up towards that wall. As I come down, I feel my hamstrings engaged, and then I focus on squeezing my glutes really hard as I come up, and then also at the top squeezing as well. I am using straps because my main focus with this is to target my glutes and hamstrings, and I'm not too worried about my grip strength at this point. I do other exercises that focus on that. I did have barbell bench press on this day since I am doing full body, and I do like to have an upper body push and pull movement every day. I have moved it to day 2 since I wasn't able to perform it as well, since I am pushing so hard during my squats and then my other 2 exercises before it. So instead of bench press for my push movement, I did push-ups, which I did not film for some reason. Before a push-up, I make sure that my glutes are really squeezed tightly, that everything is straight, and that I'm going through a full range of motion while making sure my lower back is not arching. I will show you this in a future video. I do have a video with me doing push-ups, I'm sure somewhere. I will see if I can link it, but I promise I will show you a good push-up in a future video. So onto my upper body pull movement. This is a 1-arm dumbbell row. For this, you want to make sure your back is not rounded and that your lats are what are pulling the weight up. You want to ensure your shoulders are not rounding forward. So to prevent this, do not let your elbows go past being in line with your body. Also, do not use momentum to swing the weight up. I see so many people that, in a commercial gym setting that are just swinging up all of these crazy dumbbells and just weight just to get it up. Make sure that you are using proper form and it will be so much better and prevent injuries. I then perform side raises. I am using a little too much momentum as I look back at this footage. I tried to progress too quickly with a heavier weight and my form definitely suffered. So with this exercise, you want to bring the weight up but not past your shoulders. The angle of the camera for some reason is making it look like I am doing some strange thing, but I will also refilm this in a future video. So one of my biggest focuses is to work on my abs. I don't really have great definition, so I want to definitely, in my improvement season, work on incorporating more core movements. So for this, I did a plank on a medicine ball, and I am doing it as an RKC plank. So I'm really focusing on squeezing my glutes and thinking of basically pulling my rib cage down towards my pelvis and just really being as squeezed as I possibly could. And then I also did these reverse crunches, which I really like. So just holding that medicine ball out and making sure that I'm using my actual abs to crunch up and not my hip flexors. And then I finished with prowler pushes for some conditioning, and I did go down and back for 5 rounds.
So I just finished my workout, and this is my heart rate monitor app. It's Polar Beat, and it just syncs right up to your phone, my heart rate monitor. And I just finished, so I just did about 2 hours, and it says I burned about 529 calories. Right now my heart rate's still a little elevated, but it's going down. And all of those spikes you see, those red lines, are my heart rate going up. The biggest ones are when I was pushing the prowler, and yeah, I was really out of breath. But yeah, this is just the app that I use, and I really like it. So the biggest reason that I did get the heart rate monitor was because I wanted to see roughly how many calories I'm burning while I'm going for these like 7-8 mile walks with my mom, and then how many calories roughly I'm burning while I'm training. And right now, with more food and just more energy, I want to just see like what I'm doing. So then as I get into prep, I can continue to keep that up and maintain it. So I know if, I'm 3 weeks into prep and I was burning like 600 calories and now I'm burning 300, that I'm not pushing myself as hard as I should be while I am lifting. So it's just cool to see too, like what your heart rate does when, you're pushing yourself really hard in between sets and just everything like that. So that's the biggest reason I got it. I know it's not 100% accurate with how many calories I'm burning, but I just wanted like a rough estimate. So that is that.
And yeah, that is my day 1 of my training program. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you for day 2, 3, and 4 in my next videos. Bye, everyone.
Really, it's not where I want to be. I wanted to maintain about 8 to 10 pounds of stage weight. I gained more, but the plus side